My name's Braden Hobbs, and this is the mixologist. So, whenever we were tasked with our capstone assignment, we wanted to put some personal touches and bring in a little bit of bring in our school side into our personal lives because we found that one commonality between all of us is we all really like mixology. Uh, just based off of the simple fact that it's just math at home, honestly. But uh, this is it. Uh, and it's Mitchell Falter.
My name is Mitchell Falter. I did the physical build with Philip Spradling. I'm going to talk to you about the physical build of the wood. We got this wood from Home Supply. It was a bundle of garden stakes when we first got it. And I truly think that we turned it into something more than that. I think we turned it into something homey. We used black stain to stain the wood. I think that looks really good. And we also mounted up some internal stuff with double-sided tape. But other than that, I'll let Phil talk about the electronics that we wired.
Hello, I'm Philip Spradling. I did a lot of the wiring and all of the woodwork with Mitch. We have all of the wiring from our ultrasonic sensors, our infrared sensors, and from our power supplies. We also have relays and 4 pumps in the back that are all wired up. And they're all talking to this Arduino up here. They all communicate through that, where everything communicates through that. Once one process happens, another one happens through it. Uh, well, a lot of things we had trouble with is we had the problems with our old Arduino, uh, but other than that, everything went smoothly. Here's Eric.
My name is Eric Hanks. I focused on drawing up the preliminary sketches for our design. As well as that, I helped Pace Anderson with the networking side. Uh, I like this design because even though we built it with the intent to mix drinks, it can be used in other applications. For example, you could use it at uh, at the pharmacy to mix medications as well. But with that being said, I'm going to pass the mic to Pace Anderson. He's going to cover the rest.
Hello, my name is Pace Anderson. I am the sole developer and programmer of our capstone project. I was in charge of writing the code from scratch. I have written over 500 lines of code, quite a bit, and I was in charge of making sure all of our sensors in the Arduino and the pumps communicated with one another in a way that worked seamlessly. Some troubles that I had was the user interface. Right now, we just have an LCD screen that currently displays the IP address of the system and when the machine is constantly awake or when it goes back to sleep. I also had to program this infrared sensor that detects when a human is in the room to wake up the machine. I had to program these right here. Behind the cup is a ultrasonic sensor that puts out ultrasonic waves that detects where the cup is at all times. And if the cup is within a range of 4 to 6 centimeters, then the drink will actually dispense. And I also had to program in an emergency stop button, which once pressed will allow the drinks to cease after a second or two. Now, with more time and more funding, I would have been able to make these sensors work more in a better environment. For instance, if I had more time and funding, the e-stop could have been connected to individual valves connected to the pumps to immediately cease water flow. If I had more funding, I would have been able to turn this LCD screen into a touchscreen module. If I had more time and funding, I would have been able to actually make this sensor robotic arm right here actually be able to mix the drink. But other than that, I'm going to now go ahead and show you a drink being made. So we're going to go ahead and start with sparkling lemonade. As you can see, the individual pumps are now pumping. We're going to start with pump 1, then pump number 2, then pump number 3. And as you can see right here, we got ourselves a nice little drink. Okay. And let me go ahead and show off the e-stop functionality. Do we have another cup?
Yeah.
It's on the thing.
Okay. Okay, thanks guys. And now I'm going to go ahead and show off the e-stop functionality. I'm going to go ahead and press this second button right here to make honey citrus spritz. And as you can see, it also tells you what drink you're making on the display. So I'm going to let it go for a little bit. Okay, there we go. That last one was only supposed to run for approximately 5 to 6 seconds. And then when I press the e-stop, the drink immediately cut off. And now with that, I'm going to bring it back to our leader.
As a group leader, we faced quite a bit of struggles and just overall, we faced quite a bit of adversity, I will say. One of the major things that we found that I did not consider at the beginning of the project was the overall time just for shipping of parts to come in, for us to receive it and then get building once we got it, once we received the parts. So, but that's the mixologist. All right, thanks, sir.